and if anything is distracting you. So I'll start. So for me, I'm feeling good, relaxed, happy to see all of you today. There's a lot of stuff that I feel is in limbo that I would like to get to. There's a lot of things that have been pending for a while. So that's sort of like the main thing that I would like to get through is some of these pending things. Yeah, and it's basically everything that's on the agenda. And distractions, I have a meeting right at the top of the hour, so I have to stop the call exactly then. So that's a bit distracting for me. Besides that, I'm excited to have this meeting with all of you today. And let me pass it to Suga. Are you there, Suga? Maybe Suga's busy. Nicola, why don't you take it?
Sure, why not? Oh, we lost Suga. Okay. Well, hi everyone. I am feeling good. Yeah, I'll leave it with that. My top comms priority. I don't really have a comms priority for this week. I think I should actually start crafting next tweet thread, but also I'm looking to take some time off, so I'm here today to sync up with you and see if there is anywhere I should support or something I should address before I take like 6 days off or something, including the weekend. So just FYI, and no distractions. And I'm passing it to, hey, Cory.
Hey, hello. Sorry if there's a ton of background noise. Just at the airport right now, and my intention for the call is to listen in on the agenda, and hopefully I can stay on for the entire call, but I may need to drop off halfway as I'm traveling back to my family today in the US. Top comms priority this week is basically things on the agenda, but especially looking at like prepping for the Gitcoin round, which kicks off on Tuesday next week, and just make sure that we have our ducks in a row for that. And distractions are, sitting in a loud airport and trying not to miss my flight. I will pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Cory. Hey, everybody. I'm feeling good today. I feel like I have a head cold and slightly congested, but it's coming around. Enough tea will cure anything, I suppose. My top comms priority for this week is just to promote Meet the Makers tomorrow. Make sure I get all of you guys who want to be campaign managers in the Admin Bro access. I finally got the roles, so making sure to finalize that. I think those are like my top priorities. There's a couple other things, but intentions for the call to stream and also to see if I can't rally some people in this call to maybe do some promotion for Meet the Makers. And I will pass it over to Franco.
Thank you, Ash. I'm feeling good today. I do not have any comms priority this week. I have the AI and I'm doing some other stuff with Praise. But yeah, my intention for the call is going to be like see what's going on and see where I can help and hop on in any issue that it's needed. No distractions, and I'll pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Franco. GM, everyone. Feeling good this week and today. My intention for the call is to just update you on an idea I have to promote the PFP collection, adding some utility, and just sync for the rest of the stuff. And I'll pass it to Wenik.
Hello. Sorry, guys, I'm eating dinner right now. I'm very distracted. I'm here just to follow up stuff and let you know that the silo is launched and ready. We may launch Optimism 2 weeks from now. Just thinking about the release date and stuff. SEO if I can help, and the bloggers that we have together. And because I missed the last meeting, I have to sync with you. And I'm distracted a little bit. And I pass it to, let me see. Oh, White Hat though.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? So good to be here. So, I'm a new member of your community. I have just joined day 3 yesterday, and today we have launched our grants page through the Giveth. So, thank you very much indeed, Giveth community, for giving us the opportunity to promote and to advertise and giving a platform to raise some funds, basically. So we consider it to be public goods services. So we do safety rating for the Web3 projects. And so it entails to a lot of data points, due diligence. So if you would like to see what we are doing, please go to our website, which is whitehatdao.com, and you go to the safety rating and you apply for, so nice. Thank you, Ahmed. So if you go to safety rating, and if you go ahead, we just recently launched our platform. So we haven't onboarded many projects, but what we're trying to do is provide as much details as possible of a project so that people and collect the publicly available data, and make that available for public. So if you click one of those projects, and that will give you the details of So it tells you a bit about the details and description of the projects, and then it takes you to the tokenomics, multi-sigs available, publicly available, so people can see how much money going in and out of the projects, and who are the people who are interacting. So connecting people behind the projects, market performance, severity and safety in terms of smart contract security audits if they have any. If they don't, then the rating, of course, goes down. We also have live data connected to the API through the blockchain, so we get to see. You can click others, and you can have a browse through. So it also shows you that if you have an NFT, that also be connected. So we are connected to the API through OpenSea and other NFT projects and platforms.
Okay.
So we also
cool.
do smart contract security audits. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, super cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing. We'll definitely have a look at it. And yeah, I mean, would it be possible to add us as well to it? Give it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would suggest, so if you go scroll up, please.
Okay.
And you go to safety rating, click on the safety rating and apply for safety rating.
Apply. Okay.
And if you click on that, and if you do click on that, and that's online, you have to sign it through Unlock Protocol. Unlock Protocol is one of our, they funded us initially early on in the projects through Gitcoin, because we are also funded by Gitcoin. Please have a look into it. This is a public good service that you're trying to provide, because there's lots of rug pulls and stuff going on in the space, but we are trying to make this space more safer. And if you are a security minded person, you know how to audit things, or if you want to come and contribute to the White Hat DAO, please come join our Discord. We have the same time community call and on Thursday 3 p.m. UTC as you guys. So this time I'll probably skip mine and let others to run it. Probably come and join you guys just to see what's going on in the space. So thanks for the opportunity for the intro.
Of course. Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much for joining. It's nice to have you here. We do have a lot that we need to get through though for the meeting, but so yeah, maybe we could keep having this conversation later. But yeah, thanks so much for sharing. really cool service. All right. Yeah. Is anyone left that still didn't go yet?
Me, Suga.
Suga. Yeah. Go
But
ahead.
I had a connection issue weirdness. So just wanted to say real quick that I'm just working on a Gitcoin grant through a General Magic project, and then wanting to breaking some ground on the SEO landing page issue. And I guess that's it for now. Weird, crazy kinds of distractions. So back to you.
All right. Cool. Who's left?
Probably
Hello,
just
everyone.
no, not.
Oh,
Yeah,
should I
sorry,
go
go
first?
ahead.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling good today. This is my first time of joining communication call and on Giveth. So I'm actually looking forward to become a contributor and also participate and see what's going on in the communication team and see how possible I could join the team. So that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining. And now let me pass it on to Claire.
Not much from me today. I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself, full of cold, but comfy clothes and hot tea are helping. My comms focus. Thanks. My comms focus for this week. Promo for Meet the Makers, testing some new hashtags and their reach on LinkedIn, exploring new content types on LinkedIn. Intention for the call. I've seen that we've got project survey results for comms on the agenda, so I'll contribute wherever I can, be useful on that. A little bit distracted, just working in the background a little bit, but I am present. And back to you, Ahmad.
Thanks so
I
much,
can take
Claire.
it and go very quick.
Yeah, sure. Please do it. Go
I'm
ahead.
feeling great. Top priority comes for the week. Aprendamos Refi podcast. I also want to make some quick slides in Spanish about Giveth to share with people that have been interested in Mexico. And that's it. Distractions. I'm working a little bit in the background. And back to you, Ahmad.
Awesome. All right. I think that's everyone. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully we'll be able to cover all the points that everyone mentioned. So yeah, let's get started. So I guess the first thing on the agenda is going over the project survey feedback report. I think this is something that Claire prepared, right? Is there anything that we need to do for this? Is it just about looking at the data and maybe, seeing what we could find from the answers and then,
I think I didn't add this to the agenda for this week. Maybe it's carried over from last week, but I think it's really important to be on here because there was some good feedback from the projects that we need to consider, and maybe putting a strategy in response to the feedback together.
Okay, so maybe this week, could you have a look at it and maybe give us bullet points on what you think we should change, or what are some of the feedback that you noticed?
Yeah, I can put that in there.
Awesome.
Do you want me to put it in a shared doc somewhere where we can sort of brainstorm on what we can do? I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. See what recommendations you noticed or that surfaced, and then we can figure out what to do based on that.
Sure, I can do that.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be especially interesting, create an issue around that, but the idea would be to turn the feedback into tangible tasks, right? Or changes that we can implement. So that would be great. I put it on the agenda to hold space to go through it, but if you're not feeling well, I think that's a good way to go forward. Maybe it's the bullet points first.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. And also anyone on this call, if you have some time, feel free to go through it and see if you noticed anything that's worth telling all of us about. Yeah, awesome. Okay, next up is May-June featured projects campaign. So I think this is a new thing we started doing on the homepage, where we started featuring sections on the homepage. So we have this featured section, what's up on Giveth, and then it basically has these 4 sections. It's basically a slider. So now I think we're looking at what we'll do for May, right? And then it's just what comes after that. I think we may need to not mention the fiat integrations, since I think that's basically on hold for now. So we may need to remove that. Yeah. Besides that, though, yeah, I think this is fine. I guess for the ambassador program, it's still not finalized, right? Like,
Yeah,
we still need to work on that.
yeah, we talked about this last week. Cody was mentioning, and I think is a very good idea actually to have any kind of banner in this section highlighting the ambassador program season 2. Right now we're already running season 1, which is kind of like of a pilot that's going to let's say prepare the ground for season 2. So I already created a type form that we can link there for people to join this waiting list for season 2. So I don't know what would be the next step if we need to ask for the sign up for a banner, or sorry, I don't know what's the process for this.
Yeah, I think we just need maybe just the image and the link where it goes, and like a small blurb about it. So
oh cool, I can do that. Okay,
cool. So I'll put it on you then. Okay, so I'll mention that. And then yeah, I think the rest of them looked okay, so
I just want to add really quick, sorry, just note that imagery for those banners needs to be 16:9 format. I'm not sure if it's stated there. If not, I'll add it into the Notion for future reference, but you just need to let Rodri know 16:9 always for those banners. And then otherwise just reference the examples above in terms of like length of the blurb, and the title.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is like the deadline for us to update these? Is there like a time every month that we update these? Is it like the end of the month we then move it to the next one? Yeah, like who knows about this?
For April, we did it in the first week of April. So I think that's a good plan, is to update it the first of every, the first week of each month. I mean, let's do it within our capacity. But yeah, it makes sense to have them. And ideally, we have the next several months planned out at once. I know for these, it could be a little dynamic because it depends if our programs launch on time, etc. But for the projects part, this is just the updates part, right? The what's up on Giveth section. But for the project campaigns, we should really be able to select those several months in advance now. Because like my thoughts around that is that we started with a category, right? We took the nature category for April since it's Earth Day month. But we could already outline the next several months, like May and June at least, potentially just going forward with the next categories that we think are relevant for those months. So that should be easy to plan out, for example.
Yeah, I put a couple like these with question marks because I wasn't quite sure, but I put a couple of ideas in here, and there's an issue linked to this where I put like I think that it's easy to use either like the SDG goals are always good fallbacks, and also there's like a whole calendar of different like awareness month themes that I also added into the issue.
Okay.
Guys, just a heads up that we're launching Silo and Optimism. First version and next version in May and these 2 weeks.
Yeah, so maybe we mentioned that in one of the sections, right? Is Cello also. So maybe we can replace like the Fiat one with Cello, maybe?
Silo and Optimism.
Optimism. Okay.
Both of these networks. And we can also list the projects that already updated the recipient addressing to these networks.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, so for that, for Cello and Optimism, do we need like a launch plan for that? Like, do we need, I think we need to update documentation, right? At least, and then have like a tweet thread, and I mean, there's a bunch of things that we'll need to do, right?
Exactly. Sorry, my internet connection is bad. I hope you hear me. But Celo with just 4 tokens is live right now. You can see it on production. We're gonna add the list of the tokens to next week, and also the optimism. We may do it after the release of the PFP collection. The PFP collection, hopefully, we can make it next Wednesday. And 2 weeks from now, we may have optimism with the list of the tokens for Silo.
Okay, so Celo, you said that you're launching it this coming week, but then like the tokens would be in 2 weeks, you said? Like just to understand like the timeline.
I write it here. Sorry, I write it here because my internet connection is bad.
It's okay. Yeah, so I mean, but it's basically happening fast, like in the next week or two, right? From what I understand. Okay, Celo, 4 tokens is up now. Okay. But we need to announce it, I guess. So. Okay, so then.
Okay, sorry, guys, can you hear me now? Well,
I can
next
hear you.
week, next week we have PFP collection integration. Hopefully, Wednesday, and 2 weeks from now. We may have optimism plus the more tokens for Silo.
Okay. So, like, just in terms of us announcing it, do you think it makes sense to announce Celo like sooner, or should we announce Celo and Optimism at the same time? Like, what does everyone here think about that? Like, should we like announce Celo first, or should we do them at the same time as Optimism? Does anyone have any thoughts on that?
It could be, both of the scenarios can work, but I think Lauren told me that please stop the optimism for this week and do it 2 weeks from now because the comms team need to prepare contents for it. So, and because of that, we commented the optimism right now. We can see the conversation in the dev channel now.
And did Lauren mention something about Celo?
I was assuming that you want to announce Celo first.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, Lauren's not here now, but yeah, I can follow up with her and yeah, we'll figure that out. Yeah, so I guess like we need to update our docs, right? Also, Franco, right? Like mention Celo and Optimism somewhere there, right?
Sure. I don't really know what should be like in the doc of Celo. Like, what are we explaining? Just like the token things, and that's it.
Yeah, like I think just to say you can connect to Giveth from Celo. So like just to say like how to add the network to your wallet, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. We had a change. If you go, please, right now to your accounts page and see my accounts, my projects, you can see a new button at the end of your projects. Oh, Ahmed is showing. Thank you.
Okay.
Please go to my project. Yeah, my project.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can see manage addresses at the end of each row.
Okay. Yeah. So it's already here.
And you can see the list of, this is the change. So if you want to add Polygon address or Silo address, right now we don't have any, the coverage of Polygon addresses. The projects that add the Polygon address was disappointing. I think for adding Silo addresses also, we need to do some campaigns. And we maybe bring them to the homepage that, hey, these projects had new recipient addresses for Silo or Polygon, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so I think there's a few issues that we need to make. I mean, this might make sense to make it into a epic. I'll need to see if this was mentioned before. I don't think it was. So yeah, okay, yeah, someone mentioned it here. Hold on.
So
Okay,
sorry,
I don't know. It's empty.
I'm just having trouble like finding the Celo thing. On like if I go to Giveth.io, I go to like my projects, and what am I supposed to be looking at? Sorry.
So this is if you have a project. So if you have a project,
It's on staging, not on production.
no, it's on the main site. So like
I have a project.
this is on. Yeah, so then if you go to my projects and then manage addresses,
okay,
you'll see it here.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so I think in the docs we need to update how to update your project.
Yeah.
I mean, so yes.
Also,
yeah, so there'll be like a section on the docs about projects, and then also just a section on how to add Celo to your wallet. You know.
Yeah.
Or like like maybe
Polygon, because
how to bridge to Celo.
Polygon as well. So.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. So we should add that as well. So I'll make a note of that here.
And just for information, we just add this feature to avoid unlisting the projects, because if the projects go to the edits and edit their recipient address there and add new projects, their project got unlisted for reviewing. But we just added this feature that the project owners easily add new addresses without making their project unlisted.
Mm-hmm.
That's very smart.
Makes sense. Okay. And then we have tweet thread. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, like for this launch, I think we just need the docs and the tweet thread for now. Maybe once we have it, Suga, like it might make sense to do like an article on all of the networks that we're active on. Like I'm not sure what the angle would be, but maybe it's like, oh, okay, now we're on. I mean, like now there's 4 networks that you could donate on, for example.
Yeah, potentially.
5,
for the moment I'm sort of collecting that for a Twitter thread, but yeah, maybe something more substantial too.
Yeah, then like in-depth article or tweet thread on all 5 networks. I mean, I think that would also be good for SEO as well. I mean, because we could use the networks to rank for those keywords. So then if we make a long article, we could mention all of them and say, oh, this is how you donate to a charity on Polygon. So then we would rank for the word Polygon and donate at the same time, you know? So like, I think it would be useful to have it as an article. Okay, awesome.
Just quick question, Suga. When do you plan on having that? When are you thinking of having that tweet thread ready by?
It is ready. It's already ready, but I was waiting for the well, you saw that already. Waiting for the fiat, which didn't come through. So I asked Lauren what she thought about that, and actually, I think she said to see. So I rechanged the date for next week just to see about optimism and so you know, and then wait, there was one more thing, but it's ready except for those new things.
Yeah, I mean, and I think we need to wait until optimism is live, right? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, so we may need to wait a couple of weeks until we're ready, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
I was just thinking it would be so good to put that out while we're raising on Gitcoin. And I don't know if that would be, maybe we can just consider if it's only optimism left, then there could be a tweet that it's coming soon, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea as well.
Yeah, I just feel like that would be very good content to be putting out on Twitter the first week of the Gitcoin grants rounds so that we can then reference it as like, look at everything that we've been launching.
Oh, interesting.
So I just feel like we'd be missing an opportunity if we wait for optimism to post it after.
And what about Celo? What did you say about Celo? I didn't hear.
As far as I know, it's live, but it only has 5 tokens, I think. Like, it doesn't have all of them, I think.
4 tokens.
Okay.
Okay, 4
tokens. Silo, Euro, USD, and C real. Yeah.
So it's like a soft launch, kind of, in a way.
Yeah. If you, I just clicked. I just put the link with the conversation with the Lauren here. If you click on it, you can see the conversation we had with Lauren. So we plan to do the launch of Optimism today. And I think she just asked us to do it 2 weeks later, just because of this content, yeah. So maybe we can announce it together, just for clarification. I just put this link.
Yeah, maybe, because I think, Corey, maybe your point about Gitcoin, we should get Lauren on that page too, because that's a good idea. And then the last thing about this, it was the Regen Farms UI update. And then we're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that. Is that just like an update?
I'm not either.
To the UI? I'm not sure.
Somebody...
I mean, that was already done, right? I think.
I need info on that, yeah.
Yeah, it's done, but it's kind of redesigned. And I think it's more clear now. But if you have any documentation or any recorded video for this page, I think it could be a test for changing them. You can take a look at the farm of the Giveth right now.
Mm-hmm. Got it. All right, yeah. I think
also,
that's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, taking one step back towards the Cello launch, I think it can be interesting if it's not only us pushing the content from the Giveth side, but Cello might be also happy to announce it, and that could bring more hype to it. So I am in contact with them because I did a KYC, and I'm managing the grant side of the Cello integration, so I can reach out to them and see if they want to create some kind of like co-marketing campaign or anything like that.
Could we do a space?
Makes sense.
Twitter space, Almond? What do you think?
Sure, I think that's a great idea. This is for Cello, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we can schedule that. Maybe, I don't know who's in charge of the comms of this, so we can create an issue that I can follow up.
Yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, it might make sense to announce Cello sooner, and then do this mega thread for the Gitcoin round after we announce Cello, because then we could, tap into Cello's audience as well if they announce it, and they help us market it, basically.
Okay, so I talked to Lauren about Twitter Spaces because we were going to have something with Bambal on the 26th, and we move it for tomorrow because we really don't want to have anything from the 25th to the 9th. That's when the Gitcoin beta round will be active. So this will be in the frame of the Gitcoin beta, meaning it will make sense to have it on those days, or we will need to make it after the beta round.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think either way could work. I don't think it would hurt to have it during the Gitcoin round. It's related somehow. It's an update to Giveth. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's something maybe Lauren can give feedback on like when to announce the product launches, I guess. That's more, like her focus, I guess. So yeah, let's see what Lauren says. All right, yeah. So maybe we can circle back on that and figure out. Either we should announce Celo like soon, I think, or we announced it with the Gitcoin, like in the Gitcoin round as part of that larger thread. Yeah, like I'm not sure. I mean, let's see what Lauren thinks also. So we'll check. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I skipped over a few things. Yeah, so for the beta round, yeah, so this starts April 25, and we already started preparing for this. Yeah, like I don't think there's much that we need to talk about for Gitcoin, is there? It's just about like the usual, right? Is there anything else that we need to discuss for Gitcoin?
No, I don't think so. That's
Okay.
Lauren took care of that.
Okay,
Well,
awesome.
yeah, from a strategic standpoint, there are a couple things, right? Like we had a strategy last time where we were dividing and conquering across Twitter Spaces. We also should have some Twitter content prepared to be posting throughout. So it makes sense to prepare that this week. So yeah, I think there are a couple of things like we should talk about. I don't think we need to create a blog post or anything like that, but we should be preparing social media content to be posting throughout the round. So this would be the week to do it.
Sorry, yeah, I just meant the grant itself, I guess, is done.
Yeah, the grant is done, but we need to prepare a communications plan now, right? To promote the grant. Yeah, so I mean, do we want to set up a tweet thread maybe to go out on the 25th, like the day that we launched? Also, I created an issue that's linked there that has we're using the same spreadsheet as last time, but I created a new tab where we can start populating Twitter Spaces. Might be a little early for that, but I'm sure they're already going to start announcing them this week. So it would be great if everyone could start, keeping their eyes open and filling in that sheet. And then we can use the same process as last time where we like self-assign to see who can jump in where, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Corey. I think like for some of these things, like for this Gitcoin filling thing, and like there's a few other things on the agenda where I think it would make sense if there's like an owner for this thing, like someone that's in charge of this kind of as a project, because like there's a ton of stuff on the agenda, and like this is one of them, and it's basically like a project that someone needs to follow up with people and make sure that we're constantly mentioning Gitcoin and like going into spaces and all of this. So yeah, so I think like this needs someone to kind of be in charge of it. Yeah, so I guess any volunteers for this, like to be in charge of helping us fill Gitcoin?
I'm happy to help with that and turn these issues group these issues under an epic. Awesome. What I'm wondering, does anyone have capacity this week to step up to helping to write Twitter content, like to prepare some content that we could be scheduling out on Twitter next week around the grant? And yeah, I'm happy to take on like organization of creating the different issues for this and setting up the epic and like following up with people. But definitely need some help.
Sure.
I'm also
Yeah, Suga said I think she's happy to help. Yeah.
Sure. Yep. I love Twitter. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, it's everyone's favorite. It's everyone's favorite thing in the world right now.
Oh boy. Yeah. Come on, we got ChatGPT. It's easy as pie.
Nice.
Yeah, great. And so it was just on the agenda to make sure we're not missing anything there. So collecting Twitter Spaces, setting up some Twitter content. If anyone else has other ideas or thinks we should be doing something, please let us know.
Yeah.
I have a question.
we're sorry, really quick. We're going to have a Twitter space next week about these two, so you can help us promote. Sorry, Kotabe, go ahead.
No, that's perfect. My question is just yesterday I'm kind of like bridging with the community of the Solarpunk Guild, which really focuses on Gitcoin rounds. And they're making like several efforts. Yesterday I shared some on the communications channel. And my question is, so they will have like a launch, 24-hour marathon radio, people hosting different hours about Gitcoin grants in the Solarpunk Guild, including Giveth. Or Giveth can be there, and we can post us to kind of like host for 1 hour, and I can be also like happy to help with that. But just like what I said yesterday is I can join from my Twitter account, but then like very few people from Giveth is going to see it or connect with my account. So I don't know what will be the best way to kind of like take advantage of that audience that they are bringing, and also bringing our own, and kind of like working cluster in a way. And I just wanted to bring this to table to talk about it. What are your thoughts?
So you're thinking, how can we get people from Giveth more involved?
No, I mean, so there's going to be this initiative where a lot of audience, mostly from the climate round, are going to be talking about their Gitcoin projects, and we're invited to talk about ours too. So it's exposure, and I can do it from Giveth's side, But if we do it from Giveth's official Twitter account, there probably will be way more people that see it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, Almond, I mean, what do you think? Is that a good idea to join it from our own account?
Sure. Last time we kind of coordinated. I think that this is something that will be part of the person that coordinate these efforts, meaning Cory, that we kind of like, I think Lauren gave access to some people for them to jump into using the Giveth Twitter account. But I think this is also something that we should coordinate with Lauren. If she gave the account to some people last time for them to jump in and speak using the Twitter of Giveth. But I don't know, maybe Cory knows best how this worked last time. But also Cory might be in the airport.
So sorry. Yeah, I had to talk to an agent just now, so I missed the last 5 minutes.
No worries. So how did last time we coordinated with the Giveth Twitter account for people to represent Giveth in the Gitcoin rounds using the Giveth account? Do you know?
How did that go? I think we were all in communication pretty actively about it. So I think when possible, people were using the account. But there's only a few of us that are able to do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could figure it out. I mean, yeah, just talk to Lauren, and I'm sure she'll share the password with you on LastPass, and yeah, I'm sure she would say okay.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing can be I can book for a time, and then maybe Almond or Cory that already have access can be the ones that talk about Giveth on that time.
Yeah. If they're free,
that will be also super easy. But yeah, I can also help with that.
Okay. Yeah,
we
please
can coordinate.
Just let us know. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. I'll leave that up to you to follow up with. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I have a question to this. Maybe it's just an idea, but I noticed that Jake, for example, he puts Giveth behind his name on Twitter. So wherever he goes, everyone knows that he's a Jake from Giveth. So maybe that's an alternative for these types of initiatives. If you want to go and join another space and representing Giveth, just make sure you adjust the name and I think that would totally make it as well.
Yeah, true, but it wouldn't show up on our feed in the same way, so like it wouldn't show it to our audience in the same way, which is one of the other benefits of joining these spaces is everyone that follows us sees that we joined it, so yeah, like I do see the benefits of it. All right, cool. We don't have that much time left, everyone, and I have a meeting right after, so I need to get through the rest of these. Oh yeah, so there's a small ENS grant that we applied to, and I think we're in 3rd place now. If you have any ENS tokens, feel free to vote on this. We're currently in. Oh, I guess, are we still here? Yeah, we're in 3rd place now, which is super cool. The top 5 winners win 1 ETH. So yeah, like this is a round that happens once a month with ENS, and I think this is the first time that we applied to it. So yeah, if anyone has any ENS, please go and vote for us. And yeah, it's a easy win for us, and yeah, it's a nice thing to do. And I also think we should mention it on social media, so I also made an issue for that as well. Yeah, Santi, I think that you wanted to talk about this PFP utility thing.
Yeah, real quick. I'm working on NFTs integrations, and one of the protocols that I've been deeply analyzing is Unlock protocol. And today I was thinking that we have the Giveth house in Barcelona, which there are several weeks that's not full at all. So I was thinking if we could offer all NFT owners up to one date, like for instance, just up to if Barcelona, anyone who owns an NFT gets airdropped an option to be to go to the Giveth house for a couple of nights, as long as there's place, as there's room there. Okay. But with an expiration date, you can do that with Unlock protocol, so we don't have to, have people link forever. Like, let's say during 6 months, after 6 months, that option expires because it's an NFT that you can offer that through Unlock protocol. So this way, we would create an airdrop and would offer something tangible linked to the NFT owners that we can promote up to a specific date, which could be in Barcelona or any other date.
Yeah, interesting.
And we don't have to spend development on that. We can use Unlock protocol from scratch. All we need is the people who has the address that have an NFT to a certain date. That's the closing date, and from there we can do the airdrop on Gnosis chain, paying for fees. Fees are irrelevant on Gnosis chain, so it's really nice and easy to work with, and I think it's a nice thing to do to just promote the collection.
Yeah, interesting idea. Maybe this would make sense to post on the forum, like to get feedback from people. I mean, but I think it's a cool idea. Yeah, like maybe just post it on the forum. I mean, also like if you need funding for it as well. I'm not sure if you do, but
okay.
It might be good just to put it on the forum, just so people can discuss it. And I think it's a cool thing for us to talk about. Nice.
Perfect.
Okay. Awesome. All right, let's continue. Next up is influencer marketing. So I know that we started talking about this, and we have this PR sheet here where we started mentioning some influencers. I think this is also an example of sort of a project that we're looking for someone to own it, like to be the person that follows up, since I think it has a lot of issues that, need following up with. So yeah, is there anyone that wants to take on this thing of collecting influencers to reach out to, putting them in a sheet, coordinating with the team to follow up with them. Yeah, is there anyone that would like to take this on?
Quick comment on that. I know that Mitch, you're unmuted. You want to say something?
Yeah. I wanted to say that I've kind of already been doing that. Yes. I've been trying to coordinate it. Got a list from Carlos also on projects, but turns out we have very few social handles from our project, and I've been writing in the comms channel. The thing is that like I'm not like a mastermind on the ecosystem in terms of influencers, so like really need input on this. So I'm kind of checking around and trying to get input on it so we can get at least to like 10 names on each, but I'm a little bit stuck because I added in maybe 6 that I could like come up with, but would love to have a couple more brains on it. So I'm trying to cat herd around that. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just really quick comment on that. I wanted to say that I noticed that Ashley and Kotave added some names, but they added the names in other of the tabs that are down. So I think that Ashley was the one that wrote like a bunch of names, but I cannot find which names you added. Maybe the people that added things can add it in the right tab for us to just like have.
No, true. Good point. Yeah, I mean, I think this is also like we also had this issue where we were looking to send some people the NFT as well. So maybe we could work like with both of these at the same time, where we send them the NFT and also tell them about the referral program as well. So I mean, instead of doing like double the work, that might be an easier way to go about it. And like maybe not everyone gets the NFT, but I mean, at least for the ones that we are sending the NFT to, tell them about the referral program as well, maybe. Okay.
One thing I noticed about this document, like, I don't know if this is by design, but last week, this document had like 100 names, or I don't know, maybe 80. Like, it had many more.
Well, like, isn't that for the PR database section? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I think that people is adding the names in the wrong tab.
Right.
So the people that added the names can just move them or just highlight which names you added, and I can maybe just move them because I think that's the confusion.
Yeah, like I'm not sure why we put it in a single sheet. It is a bit confusing, but yeah, like we should clean it up for sure. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess Corey is handling that for now. So yeah, I mean, my comment on that, Corey, would be like, let's just get started with a couple of them. And as we start to talk to more influencers, we'll get better at it. But I don't think that we need to wait until we have like an exhaustive list. I mean, we could start with 1 or 2 and see how that goes. And then as we talk to more, we'll figure out how to work better with them, you know? But yeah, like, let us know if you need any help with that. But I don't think that it should be a blocker though, you know, just go for it. All right. Yeah. One of the other ones that I'm looking for help on, which is tied to having projects use their own audience to get more donors. So we actually made this issue a while ago. Yeah, like basically like a year ago. And like the idea basically was we wanted to have like a framework that we could send to projects to easily have a way for them to use their network to get more donors. So like imagine that you're a project on Giveth. We want to send them kind of a framework and say like, this is how you get your network to donate on Giveth. So some of that is like toolkits. I mean, like things that we recommend that they post on social media, links to things, you know, like maybe like the donor course, for example. And then for the referral program as well, like telling them, oh, and also you could benefit by, getting a link and having your audience donate through your link. So this is something that we need to take forward, and I'm not sure who the best person to take this on is. Maybe Nicola, maybe, or someone else that works with projects. But I think this would be a really nice one to take on, and it would have a big impact on Giveth. So yeah, like, who wants to, look at this one and take it on? Any volunteers?
I can definitely go and have a look, but I'll be definitely able to address this after, starting next week.
Oh yeah, you're going on vacation, right? Yeah.
So
you can also tag
in rush.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also tag me in there. I'll be interested to support on that.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so I think we already have a lot of the content. There's already a list of emails and there's already a lot of stuff already here, but we need to add more to it, add information about the referral program and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, it's a cool one to look at. SEO, so just real quick on this, we're making progress on a few things, like we want to move the Medium onto the subdomain to basically get more traffic that way. Same with the newsletter. There are a couple of things I wanted to get everyone's feedback on. One of them is on the project page, we really need to change this text here. I think it's very bad, and it's not, like, it doesn't help us rank at all. So we need to come up with a better slogan or better sentence or two for the project page, which ideally would include some of the keywords on our list. So that's something that I need help with. Maybe Suga, could that be one that you could support on? Like, basically just coming up with one or two sentences to put on the project page.
Sure. Yeah, of course. And I mean, I guess using good terms,
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because that's basically like in our top 3 most popular pages, and it's kind of a shame that it's not better optimized, just because it's like, it doesn't really say much here. So it's an easy win for us to do. And then so Suga and I had a meeting last week, I think. And we talked about some of the keywords that we want to target next. So these are like the top 3 that I think we would want to have landing pages for: refi, public goods, and how to donate in crypto. So we'll make landing pages for those. And for emails, Give Power notifications in segment are ready. So now it's just up to Ashley and I to start to implement them in autopilot. So I'll probably follow up with you later, Ashley, on that. And then there's also the onboarding email sequence. Suga, I tagged you in that as well. That also needs us to rewrite it. So if you have time for that, I would appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So sorry, I have another meeting, everyone. I really have to go. But thanks everyone so much.
Thanks so much.
It was really nice to talk to all of you. And if there's anything else, let us know. Have a nice week, everyone.
Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.
No worries.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.